Yeah, we are back. My bad. Power went out in the PC. Just a freak wipe down. So we're gonna wipe it back up and wipe me down. Wasn't feeling too good. I had one beer IPA and it had me turned upside down, dog. That shit was no joke. I'm still recovering. And this Avowed game, it's kind of boring but fun at the same time. Like a display of how good Unreal Engine 5 is going to be for like the real games. We did just get more breaking news, so we're going to hit that up as we get in. We're going to hit up this news segment quick, and then we're going to get back into it like nothing ever happened.
Just finished signing some executive orders, and
shit, this is big.
You might want to come up here and just
this is
explain
actually
what
big.
We did. Thank you.
Let's see it.
Good afternoon, y'all. A short while ago, President Trump signed three items. The first is an executive order relating to the affordability and availability of in vitro fertilization and other fertility treatments. These are treatments that have become unaffordable for many Americans, or have been unaffordable for many Americans. And the executive order is a directive to the Domestic Policy Council to examine ways to make IVF and other fertility treatments more affordable for more Americans. The second item that we signed was a presidential memorandum imposing radical transparency requirements on government departments and agencies.
This is good.
In keeping with President Trump and the administration's broader commitment to governmental transparency. What this presidential memorandum would do is require, as waste, fraud, and abuse is uncovered, as programs are canceled, and ultimately as taxpayer dollars are saved, this presidential memorandum would require departments and agencies to make all of the details of that freely available to the public.
Wow.
Lastly, we have another executive order
that President
Trump signed relating to independent agencies. This executive order would establish important oversight functions in the Office of Management and Budget and its subsidiary office, OIRA, supervising independent agencies and many of their actions, and also reestablishes the longstanding norm that only the President or the Attorney General can speak for the United States when stating an opinion as to what the law is.
Thank you very
I don't know about the last part of that.
That was the primary purpose
Yeah, that seems very technical.
This conference, to explain that they're all very important in their own way. Fertilization, I've been saying that we're going to
I don't understand
what we have to do, and I think the women and families, husbands,
this is the emperor part?
very appreciative
is that
of
it.
But that was it. I do want to say while I'm up here, I've been contacted by some of the biggest companies in the world, and because of what we're doing economically and through tariffs and taxes and incentives, they want to come back into the United States. And we'll be announcing various very large companies, the biggest actually, and they'll be coming back, having to do with chips and having to do also with cars.
I like chips. I like chips.
Things. We're going to be announcing some very, very big, momentous decisions are being made by companies all around the world, the biggest, and they want to come back into the U.S.
That's good, right?
Car plants are being canceled in other locations now because they want to build them here. And you read about a couple, not that I want to mention names or anything, but you read about a couple of big ones in Mexico just got canceled because they're going to be building them in the United States. And that's very simply because of what we're doing with respect to taxes, tariffs, and incentives. And
more Doritos, yeah.
I think it's a very important thing. And you'll be seeing this over the next, probably over the next 2 years, to be honest. But
we're going to make Dorito factories so RFK can ban Doritos.
Big ones are going to be announcing. And so while we're here, I guess we can take a couple of quick questions. Go ahead, please. Please.
Okay.
Mr. President, have you decided specifically what the auto tariff rate should be?
Yeah, I probably will tell you that on April 2nd, but it'll be in the neighborhood of 25%.
He's actually not doing anything on April 1st.
Pharmaceuticals?
It'll be 25% and higher, and it'll go very substantially higher over a course of a year. But we want to give them time to come in because, as you know, when they come into the United States and they have their plant or factory here, there is no tariff. So we want to give them a little bit of a chance. Yes, thank you.
The EU,
Andrea Shalal. The EU representative is going to be here in Washington next week. I'm sorry, tomorrow. He's going to be meeting with Hassett and Greer and Letnick. What can the EU do to sort of avoid the reciprocal tariffs that you've talked about? And, you know, you've talked a lot about the VAT. Do you expect them to reduce that?
Well, they did already.
VAT, value-added tax,
reduce their car tariff all the way down to what we have, and a lot of that will take
special
place,
thing
and
for
I think
Europe.
Some won't do it, and some will do it. But the EU had a 10% tax on cars, and now they have a 2.5% tax, which is the exact same as us. So already we've saved a tremendous amount. That would be great if everybody would do that. Then we'd all be on the same playing field. Because essentially what we're doing with the tariffs is, you know, they charge us, we charge them, same amount.
I don't see how, reciprocation's bad.
It's called reciprocal, actually.
Yeah.
And whatever they charge us, we're charging them. And so the EU is, you know, I appreciate that they did this, but, you know, the EU has been very unfair to us. We have a $1 billion. They don't take our cars. They don't take our farm products. They don't take almost anything. They take very little. And we're going to have to straighten that out. And we will. I have no doubt about it. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Could you tell us a little bit more about the Russia talks, your impression of how they went today?
That's a great question.
More confident or less confident?
That's a really good question.
After what happened today?
Well, much more confident. They were very good. Russia wants to do something. They want to stop the savage barbarianism. I mean, what's going on over there? It's soldiers are being killed by the thousands on a weekly basis. It's ridiculous. And they're not American soldiers. They're Russian soldiers, and they're Ukrainian soldiers largely, although a lot of Koreans have been killed, as you know.
It was like 10,000 or something.
Have been killed. They came over to fight, and a large portion have been wiped out. But we want to end it. It's a senseless war. It should have never happened. Would have never happened if I was president.
Yes, North Koreans.
And it's a shame to see it. And I see pictures that you don't see, but I see pictures of fields that look just horrible. It looks like Gettysburg. If you see the old pictures of Gettysburg, it's soldiers lying all over the field, body parts all over the field. They're all dead. And this is going on a daily basis. It's a horrible thing. Both Russia and Ukraine, they're losing thousands and thousands of soldiers. And a lot of people have been killed, too. I think that's one of the things that you'll see historically, and you'll see later on as it goes along. I think people are going to be surprised at how many people, not only soldiers, have been killed in Ukraine. A lot more people than you think. Yeah, please.
That's actually just fucking sad.
President Trump, as part of a peace deal with Putin, would you be willing to consider removing all American troops from Europe?
There's no way.
Well, nobody's asked me to do that, so I don't think we'd have to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. But that question's never really come up.
Next.
Yeah. Please.
Sir, do you support stationing European peacekeeping troops in Ukraine as part of this peace deal?
If they want to do that, that's great. I'm all for it. If they want to do that, I think that'd be fine.
Even if the Russians are
I mean, I know France has mentioned it. Others have mentioned it.
Yeah, it's
UK has mentioned it.
If they want to do that.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, if we have a peace deal, I think having troops over there.
It's not our decision.
From the standpoint of Europe, we won't have to put any over there because, you know, we're very far away. But having troops over there would be fine. I would not object to it at all. We're talking about this now, peace. We have either a ceasefire or a peace itself, and we're looking to do both. We'd start off with the ceasefire, and if they want to do that. I know France was willing to do that, and I thought that was a beautiful gesture. Yeah, please.
Do you have any message for Ukrainians who, after 3 years of fighting, might feel betrayed or disappointed at not having a seat at these initial talks in Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think I'm really disappointed in what's happened. I've been watching this for 3 years. It's a war that would have never happened if I was president, and I've been watching these people being killed at levels that you've rarely seen, not even close, since the Second World War. And I'm very disappointed. I hear that, they're upset about not having a seat. Well, they've had a seat for 3 years and a long time before that. This could have been settled very easily. Just a half-baked negotiator could have settled this years ago without the loss of much land, very little land, without the loss of any lives, and without the loss of cities that are just laying on their sides. You have those magnificent golden domes that are shattered, will never be replaced. You can't replace them. 1,000-year-old domes that are so beautiful, you can't replace that. The whole civilization has changed because of what. So when they're worried about not being seated, you mean somebody that should have gone in and made a deal a long time ago? You could have made a deal. This is one that could have made a deal. There was no talk of this during the Trump administration. Putin would have never, ever done it. And by the way, we wouldn't have had October 7th. You know that. We wouldn't have had October 7th either in Israel. And we wouldn't have had that mess that's going on over there. It's like we have great fire people here. We're putting out fires. All over the world we're putting out fires. So that wouldn't have happened. And you know what else wouldn't have happened? Inflation. Because it was caused really by the cost of energy going through the roof because of their bad energy policies and also their spending, their terrible spending, wasteful spending on the Green New Scam. It's a scam. It's a whole big scam. Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. I want to ask you a little closer to home.
That's a pretty...
What would it take for you to reconsider the restrictions on the Associated Press? And secondly, some of your advisors are concerned with the Associated Press's style guide, using language and giving guidance to not use words like illegal immigrant or to use phrases like gender-affirming care. And they're concerned about that being an encroaching amount of liberalism in the way in which the press writes about things. Do you share those concerns?
Of course.
Well, I do think that some of the phrases that they want to use are ridiculous, and I think, frankly, they become obsolete, especially in the last 3 weeks.
They have.
Because many things have happened in the last 3 weeks. And
it's compelled speech.
I didn't know about that, but I would say that if they want to use certain phrases like that, and I guess some are okay, but many aren't, but the Associated Press just refuses to go with what the law is and what is taking place. It's called the Gulf of America now. It's not called the Gulf of Mexico any longer. I have the right to do it, just like we have the right to do Mount McKinley, and nobody's even challenging that. But only the essentially, it's primarily the Associated Press.
Gulf of America, boys, that's right.
But I just say that we're going to keep them out until such time as they agree that it's the Gulf of America. We're very proud of this country, and we want it to be the Gulf of America. Now, the Associated Press, as you know, has been very, very wrong on the election, on Trump and the treatment of Trump and other things having to do with Trump and Republicans and conservatives. And they're doing us no favors, and I guess I'm not doing them any favors. That's the way life works. But, you know, thank you for the question. Who are you with? Very good question. Thank you. Yes.
I have a lot to say about that.
We're hearing that Russia wants to force Ukraine to hold new elections in order to sign any kind of a peace deal. Is that something that the U.S. would ever support?
Well, we have
Russia can't force
a situation where we haven't had elections in Ukraine, where we have martial law, essentially martial law in Ukraine, where the leader in Ukraine, I hate to say it, but he's down at 4% approval rating.
What?
And where a country has been blown to smithereens. You got most of the cities are laying on their sides. The buildings are collapsed. It looks like a massive demolition site. The whole, I mean, so many of the cities. I mean, they haven't done it in Kiev because I guess they don't want to shoot too many rockets in there. They've done it 20%, but they haven't done it 100%. If they wanted to do it 100%, it would probably happen very quickly. But you have cities that are absolutely decimated. And yeah, I would say that, you know, when they want a seat at the table, you could say the people have to, wouldn't the people of Ukraine have to say, like, you know, it's been a long time since we've had an election. That's not a Russia thing. That's something coming from me and coming from many other countries also. You know, Ukraine is being
4%.
Just wiped out. Look at what's happening to the cities. There are cities, there's not even a building standing. It's a massive, you talk about Gaza. I mean, it's literally, these cities look like Gaza. Actually, many have, percentage-wise, more buildings knocked down than in Gaza. So, you know, people are tired of it. People want to see something happen. And, you know, the other thing that it's been bothering me for a long time, because I solved the problem with NATO. They paid hundreds of billions of dollars into the funds of
down
NATO.
4%, not at 4%?
Because the United States was paying for European countries, and then they take advantage of us on trade. But
did he say that?
Look, we have to.
I didn't hear that.
They have to pay. They have to find out where's the money going to. We have I believe President Zelensky said last week that he doesn't know where half of the money is that we gave him. Well,
what?
We gave them, I believe, $350 billion, but let's say it's something less than that, but it's a lot. And we have to equalize with Europe because Europe has given us given a very much smaller percentage than that. I think Europe has given $100 billion, and we've given, let's say, 300 plus. And it's more important for them than it is for us. We have an ocean in between, and they don't. But where is all the money that's been given? Where is it going? And I've never seen an accounting of it. We give hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't see any accounting. So I want to see peace. Look, you know why I want? Because I don't want all these people killed anymore. I'm looking at people that are being killed, and they're Russian and Ukrainian people, but they're people. Doesn't matter where they're from on the whole planet. And I think I have the power to end this war. And I think it's going very well. But today I heard, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them almost all of the land, everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed, and no city would have been demolished, and not one dome would have been knocked down. But they chose not to do it that way. And President Biden, in all fairness, he doesn't have a clue. What he was so bad for this. He was so bad, so pathetic. It's so sad. But with all of that being said, look, it is what it is. When I left, there was no chance that this could have happened. But it happened because we had incompetent leadership at many different levels. But when you see what's taken place in Ukraine with millions of people killed, including the soldiers, millions of people killed, a big percentage of their cities knocked down to the ground. I don't know how anybody even lives there. You know, when they say they took a poll and Zelensky's at 4%, who's living there? You know, I mean, it's hard to believe that people live there. Their cities are being knocked down, and this is something that would have never happened. And by the way, for 4 years, it didn't happen. It was never going to happen. Go ahead.
One follow-up question. How would you counter the perception, because Russia's pushing for this, obviously, they don't really hold true elections, that would be a capitulation of some sort. How would you guard against potentially Russia installing a puppet government? And then finally, how would that new election have an impact on getting Zelensky to sign the rare earth minerals deal?
Look, you have leadership, and I like him personally. He's fine. But I don't care about personally. I care about getting the job done. You have leadership now that's allowed a war to go on that should have never even happened, even without the United States. Look, we had a president who was grossly incompetent. He had no idea what he was doing. He said some very stupid things, like going in for portions and all of the things. He made a lot of bad statements, but he's grossly incompetent, and I think everyone knew that. This is something that should have never happened, would have never happened. And I used to discuss it with Putin. President Putin and I would talk about Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye, I will tell you that. But there was never a chance of him going in. And I told him, you better not go in. Don't go in. Don't go in. And he understood that. He understood it fully. But I'm only interested. I want to see if I can save maybe millions of lives. This could even end up in a World War III. I mean, to be honest with you, you've been hearing now Europe is saying, well, I think we're going to go in and we're going to go. All of a sudden, you're going to end up in World War III over something that should have never happened. And, you know, it's a very sad situation. Yeah, please.
In a court filing, the White House said that Elon Musk is not a DOJ employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today
well, Elon
what
Musk,
his exact role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So, you know, you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want. But he's a patriot. I mean, look at the kind of things I just said.
Perfect answer.
In case that question got asked, right? And which
oh my God,
took so long, actually. But you know what? Ukraine's a bigger deal.
Jesus Christ!
People are dying by the thousands a week. Thousands.
It's a good one.
Look at this. From 90 to 99, Social Security, 6,054,000 people. Well, that's okay. Maybe that's possible. You know, 90 to 99.
Is this the sheet that he tweeted
It's
out?
A lot of people, though, at that. But people that live to 100 to 109, 4,734,000.
Yeah, this is the chart.
That's a lot.
Here we go.
That means over 100 years old. There are 4 million people. I don't know too many. I know people that are doing great in their 90s, but not too many people over 100. But over 120, from 120 years old, people that are 120 years old up to 129.
Please call them vampires.
3,472,000 people.
Please say they're vampires.
You know, that can't possibly be, because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman, lived to 127, but they have 3,472.
Please call them vampires.
But now we're going really in. People from 130 years old to 139-year-old, 3,936,000. Wow. I wonder if people are getting paid with all this. I mean, are these checks? And that's what we're checking right now. People from 140 years old to 149 years old, 3,542,000, 140 years old and beyond. Now we're really going, because we're looking to break the record by 25 years. People from 150 years old to 159 years old.
This is a big number.
1,345,000. These are in the. By the way, these are in the computer files. This is what they do well.
Mm-hmm.
They're super. I asked Elon, who are these Doge people? He said they're super brilliant computer people, and they love the country. It's simple. Wait a minute. People from 160 years old to 169 years, 121,000.
This chart keeps going, by the way.
170 to 179,000, 6,087.
Uh-oh.
But now, let's go into the real numbers. From 200 to 209 years old, 879 people. From 210 years old, I haven't met any of them. And if I did, I would bless them. I would worship the ground they walk on. 210 to 219 years, 866. From 220 years old to 229 years old, 1,039. And then you have two people. From 240 years old to 249 years old, one person. And there's one person that's 360 years old.
They're older than the country.
That's just that. And then, where's the money being spent, right?
That's
Let's
Dracula,
that
yeah.
Just a second. $520 million for a consultant on the environment. It's called Environmental, Social, and Governance. Investments in Africa and mobilize private sector resources. $520 million. Somebody got $520 million for an environmental, sounds like an environmental study. I've always been one that paid a lot of money for my environmental studies, but I paid like $50,000, not $520 million.
That's a lot of money.
$520 million for ESG. $25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and promote licit livelihoods by developing socially responsible behavior in the country of Colombia. Well, it's nice. $25 million going to Colombia for something that nobody ever heard of. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. $40 million. $42 million for Johns Hopkins, great place, to research and drive social and behavior change in Uganda. $42 million. What about us? What about
42 million
social change in our country? $70 million for a center at Purdue to research university-sourced, evidence-based solutions to developmental challenges.
This is your money? Yep.
I mean, these are massive numbers on things that nobody ever heard about. $10 million for Mozambique voluntary medical male circumcisions.
Holy shit.
$10 million for circumcisions in another country. $9.7 million for UC Berkeley to develop a cohort of Cambodian youth with enterprise-driven skills. In other words, let's teach them something about enterprise. What about our people? Can't we teach them about enterprise? $2.3 million for strengthening independent voices in Cambodia. $32 million to the Prague Civil Society Center, which is a very liberal group of people. Wonder how much of that money came back to the people that approved it. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $486 million to the Consortium for elections and political process strengthening, including $22 million for inclusive and participatory political process in Moldova, and $21 million for voter turnout in India. Well, why are we giving $21 million to India? They got a lot of money. They're one of the highest taxing countries in the world in terms of us. We can hardly get in there because their tariffs are so high. I have a lot of respect for India. I have a lot of respect for the Prime Minister. He just left, as you know, 2 days ago. But we're giving $21 million for voter turnout. It's voter turnout in India. What about, like, voter turnout here? Oh, we've done that, I guess. We did 500 million, didn't we? It's called the lockboxes.
Circumcisions in Mozambique.
$20 million for fiscal federalism
the dick snipping?
In Nepal. Listen to these numbers. This is all fraud. $19 million for biodiversity conservation in Nepal. $1.5 million for voter confidence. We want to give them confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $2.5 million for inclusive democracies in South Africa. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well. They're doing a lot better than we do in the schools, aren't they? $2 million to develop sustainable recycling models to increase socioeconomic cohesion among marginalized communities in Kosovo and Eshkali and in Egypt. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. I could, by the way, I could read this all day long. I could go on all day long.
The podcast president.
Hundreds of billions of dollars.
We know.
And we're doing it. But when I saw the Social Security numbers, I said, wow, that's really something. So we have, let's just go above.
I seen the Social Security number. It's fucking insane. 300-year-old.
Millions of people over 100 years old. Everybody knows that's not so. We have a very corrupt country, and it's a sad thing to say, but we're figuring it out. Now, the good thing about Social Security and what I read is if you take all of those numbers off, because they're obviously fraudulent or incompetent, but if you take all of those millions of people off Social Security, all of a sudden we have
a
very powerful Social Security with people that are 80 and 70 and 90, but not 200 years old.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's a very positive thing. How about over here? Yeah, please.
Your reaction to Michelle King, the head resigning after the Doge?
Who resigned?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I resigned or got fired. I think got fired. You know, when you fire somebody, they always resign, and then they say, we resigned. But when you have numbers like that, I think really it's got fired.
Yeah, they wouldn't give Elon Musk, like, access to the inventory. And then they got removed.
Now, the big thing is, how many of these people got paid? Were they getting paid?
Yeah.
Were they getting paid? How many of them were getting paid Social Security?
I think that they are frauds.
If that's the case, it's a massive fraud. We'll have to call those great Palm Beach police into this situation.
I think they're scammers.
Right? You guys would figure that out very quickly. But how many of them are being paid? I mean, maybe millions of them. But it's a total fraud. Also, a lot of illegal immigrants are in Social Security that shouldn't be there. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Mr. President, there was a big wave of probationary federal workers who were fired over the weekend. Some of these workers focused on nuclear weapon security were immediately rehired. Do you have any concerns about how these terminations have
No, not at all. I think we have to just do what we have to do.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
It's amazing what's been found right now. It's amazing.
There it is.
If we feel that in some cases they'll fire people and then they'll put some people back, not all of them, because a lot of people were let go. Don't forget, I got elected on the basis of making our government stronger and smaller, because we have millions of people that obviously they're paying millions of people that shouldn't be paid. And that has also to do with workers. Yeah, please. No, go ahead. Axios, New York Times.
Sorry. Mr. President, given your concerns about corruption, you said that if there were any conflicts of interest with Elon Musk, you wouldn't let him anywhere near it.
That's right.
Doge and SpaceX employees are now working directly at the Federal Aviation Administration and the Defense Department, agencies that have billions of dollars in contracts with Musk's companies or that directly regulate his companies. How is that not a conflict of interest?
Well, I mean, I'm just hearing about it, and if there is, and he told me before I told him, but obviously I will not let there be any conflict of interest. He's done an amazing job. They've revealed, in fact, he's going to be on tonight, a big show called Sean Hannity at 9 o'clock, and he's on, and I'm on, and we talk about a lot of different things, and any conflicts, I told Elon, any conflicts, you can't have anything to do with that. So anything to do with possibly even space, we won't let Elon partake in that. Yeah, please.
Just so they can't run their mouth.
You said you would be sending the worst of the
Good
worst
idea.
to Guantanamo Bay.
Yep.
What we're finding out is that there are a lot of low-risk migrants who don't have a criminal background who are also being sent. Are you thinking about this differently now?
No, they're going to be brought back to their countries. And with some persuasion, every one of those countries, every one of
With some persuasion.
as you know, every country is taking the people back. So some of them are going to be brought back to, many of them, any of them that are low risk, as you say, are going to be brought back to their countries. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So the high risk go right to Guantanamo Bay, dude. Oh my God. Imagine
monthly license that can soon
coming here and then ending
we
up
had
there,
Venezuela on the run,
thinking you're going to be free, and
on
then
the run.
really
It
like
was going to be very good.
fucking.
And
Oh
when
my
Biden came
God.
in, as he always does, he screws it up, and they started buying millions and millions and millions of dollars.
You guys think Biden will run in 2028?
Billions of dollars, actually, of oil, and it gave them a new lease, a new really lease on life. But we'll see. We had some pretty good discussions with a lot of people within our government, in the United States government, that are involved in that. And Venezuela's a little bit early, but we were not buying from Venezuela when Biden came in for whatever reason. Instead of just taking the beautiful, as I call it, liquid gold, we have more than anybody. They started paying a fortune to Venezuela, and we're looking at that actually. Why did they do that? Why were they doing that? Why would they go to the enemy and give them billions and billions of dollars? Now, with that being
Biden made
said, as you know,
kickbacks off
Venezuela
that.
has said very strongly they will not take any illegal immigrant, any of the people that they sent over to us. They sent their gangs,
It's their
probably the worst
people,
gang
though.
anywhere in the world.
The fuck?
As bad as MS-13, maybe worse. And they came out of the jails of Venezuela. They emptied their jails into our country.
Yeah, that's why they want
And
back.
they said, we'll never take them back. Well, they took them back, and they're taking them back. And they are taking them back rapidly.
Yeah.
They were sending a lot of people to Venezuela. They said they wouldn't take
Scared
them
the
back,
shit out
and
of
they are
'em, I
taking
guess.
back. But we're looking at Venezuela very seriously, and we're going to
Invade Venezuela?
Don't forget, I've only been here for 3 weeks. Yeah, please.
Just a little clarity on, are you inclined to continue to allow Venezuela, through I think Chevron and other oil companies, to export those petroleum products, or are you
Maybe
inclined
not.
to pull back?
Yeah, maybe not. We're
wow.
looking at that now. I just got here.
Stop their trade.
When I left, they weren't doing anything. They were ready to go. We give up.
Just invade
and then
all
Biden
South
came
America?
along and he gave them literally billions of dollars. I couldn't believe it, actually. And we have so much under our feet, liquid gold. We have so much, and it was pretty amazing. So we're looking at that whole situation, why he
It's
did
been
it.
3 weeks.
All right, how
That's
about one more?
crazy.
Yeah,
Less than a
please.
month.
Mr. President, what can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war
I saw that.
against
Yo,
the
this is
cartels?
Well, we're going to see.
crazy month.
He's
we're
not going
going
to say
through.
anything about it.
Thanks for the
Mexico's
follow.
allowed a
What
tremendous
is up, dog?
number of people to go through their country into ours, and even people coming from Mexico, and illegals, totally illegal. They've allowed people to empty jails into Mexico
You're
and
seeing
then
it.
let them come through with this totally ridiculous
Fucking
open
top
border
news
policy
right
of the
now.
Biden
This shit just
administration.
dropped.
So millions of people have come in, and hundreds of thousands, and actually millions are criminals. They came in from jails all over the world. They'd release them into Mexico, and they come into our country. And they also came in from Canada, by the way, large numbers through Canada. In fact,
That's the 51st state.
when we closed up the one border, they came in through the other border. So Canada was is not an uninterested party. But I will say this: we're dealing with Mexico. I have a very good relationship
like
with
a
Mexico,
dragon.
but I think Mexico is largely run by the cartels, and that's a sad thing to say. And if they wanted help with that, we'd give them help. But Mexico, if you look at what's gone on with Mexico for years now, but now especially, it's run by the cartels, and they've allowed millions of people to come into our country from jails and prisons of other countries from all over the world, not just South America, Africa, Asia, all over. A lot from the Congo in Africa, a lot. They opened their jails. They came in through Mexico, and we have some of the worst criminals coming in from the Congo and other places. So it's not just South America, and it's not just Venezuela, but they opened their jails. And you know the crime rates in Venezuela and other places all over the world has gone way down. You know why? Because they've given
all their
us
fucking criminals
their prisoners,
here.
They've given us their drug lords and their gang members. And it's hard to believe that we accepted this. It's hard to believe that we allowed open borders, and we're taking in, hundreds of thousands and millions of people coming in from all over the world that are absolute stone-cold criminals. In fact, 11,088 murderers, and many of those people have murdered more than one person. Why are they giving us these people, and why are we taking these people?
Why wouldn't they? I mean,
you had a border czar that never went to the border. Happened to be a vice president.
You don't want them.
Never went to the border. Never called
we
the
don't
border
name
people.
her.
I call them all the time. I speak to them all the time. But here's the good news. We have the most secure border we've ever had right now. As secure and even more secure than I had it 4 years ago. And the Border Patrol's doing incredible. ICE is doing incredible. Tom Homan's unbelievable, and Kristi Noem has been just working
You got to up
very,
those
very
numbers,
hard,
man.
very, very hard. And we have the best numbers we've ever had, and we're going to keep it that way. And we're going to find out how a thing like this could have happened to our country, because who would allow this to happen? What they've done to our country is so sad.
Where's my country
They
gone?
need to bring Obama back. They need to put Obama in charge of how to deport people. He knew how to do it. Yeah, just like put the deporter in chief. Exactly. Yeah. Give him, bring him back in. Yeah, why not? Right? Don't you see a huge problem with Trump saying a 4% approval rate for Zelensky when it's a lie? Yeah, I found a lot of his comments on Ukraine to be very disagreeable and problematic, and I didn't agree with almost anything that he said about it. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. He said 4%. I don't think he said 4%. He said 4. I don't think he's. Sorry, you said he said 40%. I heard 4% 2 times.
I heard 4%.
That's fine. Mistakes happen. People are human. But he did say 4%.
I heard 4%.
He might have meant 40%. But even at 40%, it seems like that's also not accurate either. It's seeming like that's not the case. Now, I don't know. October 2024, close to 70%, has his approval rating increased. And this is just what the statistics are showing, right? Let's see, October. This is the most recent update that you have. So those are fake numbers. So every number is fake except for the one that he's giving that's like a single-digit percentage. I don't know, bro. Like my common sense is tingling and it's telling me that that's not true. Sorry to say. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it, bro. Like, I'm not there. Why do you have a boner for Ukraine? So I view, I think Russia annexing Crimea, like, now you have Russia trying to get more territory in Ukraine. Now, we already went through this, I hate the invocation of World War II because I think it's so cliche. But I think in this circumstance, like, when does appeasement begin? When is it enough? I do think that in order to end the war, they will have to give Russia some territory. I think that this is undeniable that it will happen. I don't think Putin will be willing to end the war without getting something out of it, because it will make it like he has to get something to save face. Because I think that the war, I mean, from an outsider perspective, it's made Russia look like a bunch of fucking paper tigers. That's what it's made. That's like, my perspective is that Russia was like 50x more powerful than Ukraine. I thought they were going to roll them over, and that's the perspective. And I bet a lot of people in Russia think the same thing. And so, like, this is my assumption.
Found out how
of what's
weak
gonna
they
happen.
really were.
I think that they're going to have to give Russia something. I also kind of don't like how Trump is using the military aid that we gave Russia as a tool to gave Ukraine as a tool to strong arm Ukraine into a rare minerals deal. I find that to be kind of opportunistic in a way that is unethical. I don't really like it. Now, obviously, it is beneficial for America, so I can see why he would do it. But it's something that I think will create resentment in a long-term way. And I think it's one of those examples where, like, if you plant a seed like that, it will grow into a tree that won't bear good fruit. And so I don't think that we should do that. I find that to be, unethical. It's a mafia tactic. It is. It's a mafia tactic. It's only fair. I see why you say that, but I think that you've changed the nature of the deal because of the administration change. I feel like the truth is that there's no way that you can end the Russia-Ukraine war without Russia getting something out of it. Because I don't think that Russia is willing to end it without getting something out of it. And this is also, by the way, I'm not a fucking diplomat, right? I'm not a politician. I could be totally wrong about this, but this is my read on the situation, and this is what I think happens. I think this is what I think is going to happen. You're not? No, I'm not. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And what's this here? He's just saying the quiet part out loud. I think I am, right? I try to, at least. That's what my goal is. He lied about U.S. spending in the EU compared to Ukraine. I don't know. I think that it's both a truth and a lie because there's things that were donated that were not money. But I'm not sure what the details on that are. I'm not going to debate you on that. So yeah, he didn't want to roll the he didn't want to roll them over. Yeah, I guess. How's it unethical? We spent the most money voluntarily defending them. It's only fair that we get something back. Call it a return on investment.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't the deal to begin with.
Yeah.
I think so. And I don't think that was on the table. And now, and also, I think that it's in our best interest to defend Ukraine as well. We have a shared interest in defending Ukraine. And I think trying to stop Russian expansionism. So I think that's another reason too.
Why is it
just to stop Russia?
Because I think if Russia is able to take over parts of Ukraine, I'm just going to be totally honest.
They're just going to get stronger.
I think they're going to keep doing it. I do. I think they're going to keep going.
It's not going to stop there.
That's my opinion. Now I could be wrong. Hey guys, I could be wrong, but I think that's what's going to happen.
That's what I see happening.
And we'll see. We'll see, right? I mean, Crimea was 2014. This is happening. It started in, I think, 2022. And so we'll have to wait and see what happens. And Doge moving too fast.
No, I think the issue is they're not whacking enough. There's this concept in private equity when you get a bankrupt company.
Oh, these guys are pissed.
Zero thing?
You cut 20% more than your initial read.
Oh, wow.
And then you find like a pool of mercury, the organization gels back together again. Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste. The FAA, it's not the people. The code is cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology to be upgraded to make it safer. Fat like a chicken. All of these agencies are like big fat chickens dripping over barbecues of fat. This is the best barbecue.
They're so fat. True.
I've ever seen, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing, keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms.
Yeah.
Cut.
He's right.
More cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy about this.
Even people with the nuclear codes, cut them too?
Cut everything. Because if you don't see what they're doing and they can't show you that they're adding value, you whack.
But it's clear that
it's obvious, yeah. If they're
easy.
Disagree with that.
I know.
If they're not doing anything that's valuable, get rid of them.
They're even asking people to show us what you're doing. Again, this was a story Friday, and literally Elon said, "Oops, we gotta rehire them because nobody knows how to do what these people know how to do."
Yeah, the nuclear thing. Okay, it gets it wrong once in a while.
Yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. See, this is the way that these people think: is that they try to it's like this
you
is the
make
reason
one mistake and then you're like annexed.
Really big companies also move so slow. It's because
big deal. So.
It's because basically there are so many people that are afraid of doing anything wrong that nothing happens at all.
What?
I agree with that.
10% of the time.
It's okay. I actually think it's okay if they run into a stumble here or there.
Yeah,
because
mistakes
the project is so massive. The need to cut is so massive. The government is so massive. It's inconceivable that you wouldn't make a mistake here or there.
Yeah.
I think that's acceptable if the greater goal is achieved, which is a smaller government, more efficient government.
Even if someone,
trim the fat.
Even if someone dies, or even if someone.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She's making an emotional argument, of course. Yeah, every single decision that you make, there is an acceptable level of risk and tolerance for that risk that occurs. Absolutely. Of course.
When did we get to dying though? Like,
because
are
we're
you
talking
alleging
about
that someone has died from this?
we don't know. I'm talking.
Oh, see, this is again.
oh, you don't even know. You're just talking shit
Emotional
now.
argument completely fucking dismantled instantaneously. It didn't even happen in the first place. So fucking annoying. And I've noticed, you know what I was talking about, how Germany was being run by Karens? We were so close to being run by Karens also.
True. Fucking
That's
true.
Smart. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
But when the rubber meets the road, I'm talking about, for example, Kansas City, 30,000 government employees might be laid off. It will
That's a good start.
destroy the economy of Kansas City. That's okay.
Why do you say that?
So now you're arguing that. So she's arguing now for universal basic income. So we have to keep the economy there. Let's have all of these people that are doing nothing of value. Let's keep them doing nothing of value. Why would you say that?
And then pay them for it.
Economy of Kansas City. That's okay.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm sure what the individuals from Kansas City have been saying.
She just said people are dying, and now she's saying this too.
That they're very concerned.
What do you think they're going to say when they're going to get whacked?
Of course they're going to say that, but my point is,
exactly. No, it's so fucking like.
What do you think they're going to say?
Was a big fan of FTX, so I'm not always trusting him with everything.
No, I don't trust him.
Obviously, these people are going to act like if you get rid of them, everything's going to fall apart because they don't want you to get rid of them. Duh.
Think that's smart to live in an American city just go under?
How many American cities need a massively oversized federal government to stay afloat? I mean, isn't that said more about the city than the government?
But when
fucking exactly.
we get to the point where presidents are measuring themselves by how many people they put out of work instead of how many people they get jobs for.
Not a moment too soon.
Thank you, bro. I am so glad that this emotional language is just being immediately countered. Yes, and not a moment too soon. Thank God. Bro, like, I love
the
this.
emotional fucking bullshit. We're all over it. Literally bypassed it.
Like fear
emotional manipulation is over.
This is absolutely because if they're big fat chickens, hopefully they lay some eggs and maybe then we can afford it.
Yeah, okay, that was clever to be fair. But yeah. Wow, it's not very effective. Masculine energy is back. I mean, a little bit. So people are blind to the truth. Media is part of the family. There's a lot of exposed skin. Yeah, I guess so, right? And, oh no, won't someone think of the bureaucrats?
The eggs.
How's an emotional language when factually lives are at risk? Nuclear safeguards are incredibly important. Well, yeah, of course they are, but it doesn't mean that you're going to make... Like, the thing is that if you approach a situation and you're afraid to make a mistake, you can never make an action. Because there's never going to be a time where you can do things at a large scale and not have error. Because human beings are doing it and human beings make mistakes. And so you have to have an acceptable level of loss and failure and then work to minimize what that acceptable level is.
And then correct your failures as well.
False premise that any level of failure means that there's no level of action that should be taken.
And it's not like he made a mistake and didn't correct it instantly. It's like they act like they fired him and like, oh shit, let's just not replace that. Let's just save face. Nah,
because if you do that, that's a non-starter, and you're just trying to shut down the argument. That's it. Bro, there's no level of acceptable failure for nukes. Nobody's going to be like, what do you think? They're going to fire these people and then Trump's going to launch out all the nukes? Like, what are you talking about? This is, again, this like crazy emotional fear, like fucking, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
it's not happening. Like, stop it. It's
yeah, he's going to shoot off all the nukes. We need that guy right now.
Crazy. It's stupid. Yeah, it's outrageous.
Shit.
Anyway, I got one more.
Holy shit.
It's crazy talk. It is. It's absolutely insane.
These people are crazy talking.
I have to disagree with you. Okay, well, when the nukes start flying around, I guess we'll I guess we'll know that I was wrong. The nuke argument is brain dead. Yes, exactly.
The nukes start flying, I'll be wrong.
A huge income and homelessness. Aren't you going to end up with a huge low income / homelessness issue by getting rid of all these jobs? Yes. Yes. Remember how I said before how I am an accelerationist on pretty much everything? Yes. That's correct. Needs to happen. Has to happen. Sooner the better.
I've got a lot of friends who
when it happens, we'll be ready.
For advice, but if I did,
this guy.
I tell them, look, you just got to try harder not to suck. I mean, think.
Try harder not to suck dicks. Just try harder. I love this guy.
Try harder.
He just popped out of the fucking woodwork.
Think about it. Over the past 4 years.
Yeah, I know.
He's been dealing with it. He's fed up. He's been in the fucking politics.
Mismanaged Congress. They mismanaged COVID. They mismanaged the economy. They mismanaged inflation. They mismanaged the national debt. They mismanaged Afghanistan. More recently, in their opposition to President Trump and Mr. Musk, the Democrats have chosen to support the bureaucrats and the spending porn over the American taxpayer, just like they support illegal immigration over the rule of law, just like they support transgender athletes over women's sports, just like they support Hamas terrorists over Israel. All Democrats are not like this, but the party is controlled right now by people who majored in online activism with a minor
Holy
in
shit.
puberty blockers.
In a minor puberty blockers. Who is this guy? This guy's a legend. They got not an ounce of testosterone running through their fucking balls.
God. Holy shit.
Yo.
Yes, but the party is controlled right now by people who majored in online activism with a minor in puberty blockers.
Minor in puberty blockers.
They think men can breastfeed. They're triggered by race. They cry if you use the wrong pronoun. And most fair-minded Americans look at this and they go, these people are about 10 exits past normal. And that's what's killing the Democrats right now, in my opinion.
Has any man ever been more right about anything in his life?
True.
Holy shit, that's a fucking fact. Completely fucking right. Abso-fucking-lutely 100 fucking %. There you go. Yeah, 10 exits past normal. Absolutely. He is so based. He is, bro. A major in online activism. Oh my fucking God, that is true. Yeah, 10 exits past normal. Yep, that's a white person phrase. Yes, you're right, bro. That guy earlier. Yes, they took it. Yes, 10 exits past normal. I like that. That's perfect. Yeah, what's his name? He's a senator. Senator Kennedy. I don't know like what his first name is. I have no idea. Yeah, bro. This is the old white man saying what? Yeah, bro. This guy is bringing back the old John Kennedy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the new one. Holy fucking shit.
In online activism by people who majored in online activism with a minor in puberty blockers.
What the hell? This shit is crazy.
Who is this guy, man? Like, this is nuts. Wow. And, yeah.
Where'd this guy come from?
And, minor in puberty blockers? Yeah, this guy is insane. And then, oh, he posted this from his own account. I didn't even notice this. This is him posting it himself.
President Trump ran as part of his platform on the promise that he would review the spending. Now, I don't know how you review the spending of the federal government without reviewing the spending of the federal government. So he legally, very legally, through executive order,
oh my God,
appointed Elon Musk to do that. It's all perfectly legal, and all Musk is doing is going through and scrubbing the budget. And he's finding a whole lot of what I call spending porn. A lot of just obvious ways that.
That's another white person phrase. That's two of them, bro. He's already made two new ones.
Yo.
Any fair-minded person.
Where does this guy come up with this?
Damn.
Now, the Democrats and the tofu-eating wokerati in Washington, D.C., they are just screaming. They are screaming like somebody stole their dog, man. They're just
holy shit.
It's illegal, and Musk wasn't elected. They're throwing everything they can.
Yeah.
And a lot of the pundits, the so-called experts in Washington, are agreed. But not the American people. American people support this. It's long overdue. It's going to continue.
You're gonna steal your grandma's.
Upset, as
the logic. Elon
Mr.
Musk
Steal
is
your
gonna
grandma
steal
right
grandma's
here.
Social Security.
He's cutting Social Security. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, to be fair, it's the left-wing version of us paying for trans sex change operations for illegal migrant felons. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It's funny.
To fill out a hurt feelings report and accept it because it's
Did you see Dragon Age won 4 awards?
Yeah, by the way,
No.
what we've read about already is probably just a tip of the iceberg of what they're going to find.
Yeah, dude, this guy is, man.
Oh, so Dragon Age won their fucking got nominated for 4 awards in their Circle Jerk Fest of corporate.
Oh my God.
Fucking insane.
Wow. I didn't know what this guy was about.
Shit, I didn't either. Guess he's real deal. That's just insane. He is the fucking real deal. Time to get back to this shit, though. Oh, yeah, we are getting back into it. As we proceed, this is what you need. All right. Recap. I'm downloading it. Hold on. What just happened? It was so boring. It was basically putting me to sleep, but it's getting better as it goes. So it's like, it might be like Starfield. I couldn't even beat that bullshit. It just kind of. Oh yeah, it was just buggy on it. That's why it just bugged me out. I couldn't play it. I got a game-breaking bug in the beginning, so I quit. Maybe I'll try Starfield Maximum Mods on or some shit. If this goes well.
I can't tell you how grateful I am that you survived the attempt on your life. But let's...
What I do. Oh, this guy levels up. I forgot about that. Okay. Passive. Oh shit. So you can have all these skills. I can give him I'm giving him shielding. I'm making him the tank, basically. Alright, I gotta heal now, that's right. It's getting better. I don't really care about that. Huh. That's actually pretty cool. Do it that way. Alright, I know what I need to do. I need to set up some key binds. Only takes a second. Oh, this does nothing. Oh wait, yeah, R does something. We'll just keep playing. We'll figure it out. Oh, loading.
So close. But what's the point? It's useless without that other.
I need at least 1 to 4 on my keybind. Okay. Heal. Fuck it, we'll do it. I'm thinking about it. 1. And 4. 5 and 6 is gonna be fuck it.
You there? Are you just?
He's dead. It's not like I can do anything for him now, can I?
You can see that the poor bastard is properly envoy.
Isaksamu! You, what are you doing? Huh? Nah, I've seen worse. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Daggers. Oh shit. Find the watch. Checkpoint.
Come on, boy.
Oh, middle mouse click is nothing. Okay. Maybe I'll make that potion. I like that. Oh yeah, and I got my third. Oh fuck, I got a lot of buttons on here. X. Alright.
Surprised they'll let us walk out of here.
How far away is this shit? I want the kiss, right?
Well, look. This is the Sparrowhawks district. State
Why
your
is
business.
everybody like this?
That's about the kind of nonsense I expected to get. Go on. But remember, Thal's got his eye on you. I wouldn't get on an ogre's bad side.
Alright. This game feels a lot better now that we're getting into it. The fuck? Where am I? What?
Smile and be yourself. Or maybe just smile. You break it, you buy it.
No one selling anything?
Let us in, sweetheart.
I told... Not you, too.
This girl thinks she's gonna keep us out of the bathhouse.
You might own half the district, but you don't own the Mermaid's Den.
We'll see about that.
You don't like it? Take it up with your second-in-command. He's the one who stole from us.
That's a load of...
I knew this was Jago's fault. This isn't over.
Sorry. This district used to be a nice place. The Sparrowhawks always got along fine with us, and then they, I better not talk about it. Juliana told us to be discreet. She's inside.
Then why are you just yapping about it?
She can give you the details. You'd better hope you can.
Okay. Okay, now I'm confused. Here we go.
Wins at cards, he's bound
Mama's Den.
You're the
What up,
talk
Mama?
of the town, envoy. Everyone wants to meet you. Good nose. Hope you don't stick it in politics. They don't like envoys around here. They've been free for centuries. Surely you understand why they'd be nervous. And she sent you to me. Smart girl. All right, since you're all business, we can skip the small talk. The short version is, I'm out of some supplies that should have been here days ago. I'd hunt them down myself, but I don't have a firm enough hand. I need someone with more authority. Someone, well...
Like me.
Someone like you.
Little me.
Come now, a lady has to have some secrets.
The fucking big dildo.
I had a feeling we'd get along. The local strongmen, the Sparrowhawks, got a hold of the shipment. They must have thought it looked valuable. Unfortunately, they were right.
The Sparrowhawks used to be bullies. Now that Adair swept them into this neighborhood, they're bullies with a chip on their shoulder. Shipment or not, it's about time someone took them down a peg.
Huh.
Aren't you amenable? My
Let me
gentlemen
handle
usually
it.
have to pay me to tell them what to do. Go to the docks. Their lieutenant runs one of the warehouses there. He'll probably keep it close. I leave that up to you. Just don't mention I hired you. I have a reputation to maintain.
And I'm gonna have to remember that? Fuck off. I'll forget instantly. Alright. Somehow we've been fucking up the map, but we got it.
Best watch your step around here, envoy.
This is my district.
How do I get my deed? My deed. Here we go.
What will be crossed? Doesn't take much. Those are the papers the Adiran refugees are waiting for.
Let's go before someone shows up. This ain't even that type of game. Get everything in town rounded up. Maybe we can get a level out of these little stupid side quests so we can get some kind of power level up. All paths lead this way. Weapon upgrade. Enchanting unique weapon. So I need soft branches, okay.
The wood echoes, strangled suffering. We knew this creature. The Adra hums beneath the moon. The bear, the rot in the heart. Did its beauty sing to you?
Still mad about that bear?
Wilt, then grow again. What gleams cannot be a monster? We wish you had not killed it. Violets and the stars. We wish for both. Must all we love turn to ash? Can we not save it?
Acting like a kid now. You're supposed to be some crazy godlike being energy thing.
Mercy like a knife. It hunts all of us. God, mortal, beauty. Sleep now. We ponder.
Sweepy time.
Keep your guard up. You don't look like the type to negotiate.
Let's see how gun magic goes.
On your right. Show me what you got.
Are they that strong? See if that helps. I don't even... Must be for a controller. They're too strong, aren't they?
Try. Let me catch my breath.
No point in wasting bullets.
Hold on.
This one's mine. I'll find you better armor. Find a better weapon.
The fuck? Come on.
Back in the fight. Need a minute. Give me a second.
Yeah, those other guys are... I'm no match.
It's nice to take a break from the city. Can't imagine I'd want to close my eyes there if I were you. We should be safe enough, but I'll take watch, just in case.
Passive food restores 20% more health. That's good. Wizard though, Harry. They give me a block? Essence penalty. That might be good. Wall invokes a powerful shield for 20 seconds. That's gotta be OP. How do I set it to my toolbar now? Health? No health, no. We won't do health. Range or elemental and essence. Stamina. Yeah, let's go to previous location. I like that. No bullshit. I can just heal up whenever I want.
Maybe, but still a
Gotta keep moving.
Still recover. I need a minute.
You thing. Then roll. Seek.
They healed me both. Healed us both.
Watch your back. Need a hand.
Then roll.
Another win, but who's counting?
Need to upgrade my armor. Big bad time.
I got it.
Isoksa. Eon Seek.
Left leg.
Then raw.
Good one.
Then raw.
Fast travel point. Let's go.
Thoughts and whispers, we feel them rumble beneath the surface. We smell conflict. Kith turn on kith. We do not understand.
Kip on kip. Neither do I.
They come on foreign ships, exiles grafted from other trees. The salt clings to their hair, the scent of distant shores to their skin. New growth from dead wood. Why? Uprooted, anywhere but home. But the ground stirs, new roots seek to grow taller than the old. They bring banners, arrows, swords. What do they seek from us? The city shudders, voices rise. Wolves fighting for territory. Is the instinct to conquer innate? Tranquility. The fox befriends the hound. Could it be true? Wait. We have forgotten something. A memory we misplaced. We reach for it. It calls to us. A past. Theirs. Ours. The layers of the land. It whispers in the eastern wilds. This is all we know. We learn much. Sleep now. Dream of warm tides and purple leaves.
Okay, we got a 2-for-1 right here.
So-called godless people. Disappeared centuries ago, but left plenty of ruins to remember them by. First rule of godless ruins, don't touch anything.
We have been here before. Does the new earth settle beneath your feet? They flee the roar of thunder. It shakes the birds out of the trees. Even now, they smell fear. Now our memory is a wound reopened. For generations, the Akita wandered the land, seeds in the wind. A storm had tossed them to our shores. They were branches without roots. Then you, Kishimal, were born with our face. Our flowers bloomed in your hair. Your people saw a sign of greatness. A blessing, one with a heavy price. The elders trained you not as a child, but as a paragon. They expected everything. They forgave nothing. The responsibility was like a stone. Help us remember, Kishimal. How did you bear the weight? You faced your work with dignity. You had no other choice. While you feared failure, they rewarded you for your diligence. When you came of age, turmoil stirred. Lightning split the bark. Some, tired of their exile, they wanted to return to their ancestral lands. You both wanted the best for your people. How could you reconcile? A bud opened. A comet streaked across the sky. You had a vision. You dreamed of a city where the sea swept into the wood, a place to flourish, to gather, more than a settlement, a home. What did you envision in your fitful sleep, Kishimal? After years of hunger, the Akita deserved stability. You could not nourish your souls without nourishing your bodies first. So the carpenters and masons set out, but we resisted them. What was a wall to a trailing vine? An arch to a mighty oak? The Akita's fate hung by spider silk. You knew you must adapt. Months became years, and the people stood in awe of what they built. It eclipsed the lands of their ancestors. Its spires challenged the clouds. How did you feel as you gazed upon your masterwork? Your greatest trial awaited you. The people reasoned that the one who had built the city should lead it. A chorus of their voices joined in one. Another wait. Some claimed that this was the destiny your birth foretold. Tell us, Kishimal, how did you lead? To lead is to serve. You always knew this. We should like that to be our way. In time, others came to revere you for your selflessness. You were an example to be followed. They saw what they themselves could be. So your reign passed, a year into an age. The seas rose and fell until one day, nothing. Silence. We see ash, devastation, a lifetime reduced to dust.
Dust.
We can remember no more, no matter how far we reach back. It is fruitless. A void. A tremor in the Andra. Perhaps it should not be known. Yet one shape shines through the canopy of our memory. A face amid the rubble. You, Kishima. What became of you? They wept with joy as they extracted you. A long night lay before them, but the leader they loved remained. As the earth settled, we felt their hope in the darkness, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Godlike ability. Remembered godlike passive. Maximum health by 10%.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
No, there's fall damage. I'm not falling for it. Oh, hello.
Isaksamu.
Oh man, the casting time.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
Oh, that's why.
Wake up, Envoy.
Isaksamu.
Fuck. Damn, Daniel. You must got me fucked up. Unfortunate. We'll get back in it. Don't worry. no luck with this battle, though.
Hey,
Every major
Envoy.
battle.
Back with us?
이석삼.
What's the target?
우센.
Fucking oi, mate.
Not looking so good.
이석삼.
Damn. So I can enhance that. Okay. Not really interested in doing anything right now. Alright, this should be a lot easier now. With a weapon like this.
Another godless ruin. Your countrymen turned that one into a shrine to Wodika. If anyone can get away with looting a temple, it's a godlike.
Unique. Almost had it. Wait a minute. Look at this. Oh fuck. Dead end. Fuck. Like bad guys up top.
Well met. Feel free to partake of Wodika's favor. Welcome. Please stay a while. May the Burned Queen watch over you. Come to pay your respects at the shrine, envoy? Praise you. I was hoping the Emperor would send more hands to help. These lands are in dire need of order. Just look at the state of this shrine. To show fealty to Wodaka is to show fealty to our homeland. Without the patron of justice and oaths, there is no Adir. A shrine in this state does not befit a god of her stature. But one of her totems still rests here. It must still be a sacred place.
Your fire god shit?
Totems like these are relics from a bygone era. There are legends about how the
Bunch
gods
of
imbued
bullshit.
them with their own essence. Can you imagine holding something like this in your hands? Alas, this one is a fragment of what it once was. What I would give to see what power it held. Fortunately, my commander agreed to let me take charge of restoring both the shrine and the totem. I've been posted here ever since. Not much. If I could... Painstaking. I've asked for the bird. The others. Fuck. I have more patience. Of course. Aeothis, they also say frivolous. Calls him. I don't Of course. Wait. I feel you should have it. Perhaps it will grant you the Burned Queen's grace on your journey. I will await its return.
POC.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Not too bad. boy. Finally. Figure out how to get to this fucking place. Hmm.
I've seen you before, haven't I? Or maybe heard someone talking about you? Welcome to my store. If I haven't got it, it can't be got. No one tops my prices, guaranteed.
Little shits! Stay back! They might circle around. I don't want you to get hurt. They've got my crew's swollen nets. The one treasure I have in this world, but no. I can't even keep that. I've climbed rigging for years. It's not like I can't fetch them myself, but... what if the birds knock me off? You're that envoy, aren't you? The one who was, killed in the street. Yeah. I guess you've dealt with worse. I start looking in high places around the shantytown. I don't know why they line their nests with them, but I bet that's where they are.
Hope you're limber and light on your feet. Oh, and don't mind getting pecked. Even here, you can't beat the view.
It was on the right track.
Hello? Please, we don't...
Who is that, Laughlin? I hear unfamiliar footsteps, love.
Visitors, dearest. No one we know. Sorry for that. My husband's recently lost his sight. He's easily confused. Can I help you with something? Oh, Ramay! Yes, of course we know her.
Oh, Ramay! Ah, good soul on that woman. We went through some hard times together.
That we did, dearest. Did Ramay tell you we have enemies back in Adia?
It's true. Only a matter of time before their friends spot us in the city.
We don't want any trouble. Just to live our lives in peace. So, it's time to move on. Only it's not so easy as just walking out the door. First off, we need herbs.
Ondra's kiss, the apothecary said. She'll be able to get these eyes back in shape.
Only the apothecary didn't have any. Said it grows by the Eastern Gorge, overlooking the massive skeleton of some beast. Dangerous place.
I've already happened to get a kiss just for you.
Well, that makes it easy. Ah, thank you kindly. If it's not too much to ask, we also need to get our land deeds for Thirdborn. We bought them through an Almauer broker in the city, but we haven't been able to get them.
But you should say that. I have the deed with me
it's
now
a miracle,
too.
love.
That it is. Thank you again. We can't thank you enough. There is
I work
one
efficient.
thing more, though.
Very efficient.
Oh, yes. That.
Payment.
The smugglers who are taking us out of here, they're beached north of the sea stacks, away from where the Adirans are looking. No, it's not that. The problem is that these smugglers found out we're Adiran.
Don't like us much.
And they've doubled their price. We had barely enough for the journey before. Yes, I'm afraid we can't pay what they're asking.
And if they knew what we were wanted for, they'd probably charge us triple.
Bloodwine!
Oh, I mean... Oh, shit.
Yes, we're not proud of our past. There's no easy way to say this.
We killed 2 people.
It was a land dispute. Things got out of hand. There was a fight.
Ha! More than one?
But in the last one, they came at us with knives.
And we were the ones who walked away.
Ran away. Across the ocean.
If everyone in the Living Lands had to answer for the mistakes of their past, this island would be as empty as the Godless left it.
Not everyone sees it that way. And now we spend our days praying to scan that Captain Alfear of the Steel Garrote doesn't find us. Thank you, Envoy.
I wish more of your officials were as understanding. They'd certainly find a warmer welcome.
I don't have to report shit. Fuck that.
Ever wish you could move back into paradise?
Of course.
You take that back. There's some good people here.
Do this quest quick.
Supplies you need for a fright.
Has to be around here somewhere.
Any luck with the search? Well, not the gods. Thank you. Let me see them. Don't worry, I will. In fact, you can have mine. It's enchanted. Might be some kind of luck for you. Don't mention it. Just one more thing. All this time, I've been sure this was Helia's doing, but maybe it's just superstition. Do you really think the gods curse us over past mistakes? That's what I was afraid of. Still, thanks. It's good to remember. Now I probably owe Helia an apology for all this.
Mm-hmm.
We're alive, boys. We've got company.
Piss off. What kind of a job is...
Shove off. We got nothing for adherence here.
Jago, don't you ever get tired of offending people?
I've got diplomacy for you. It's called my foot to your face. Time was, people in Paradise used to have principles. Principles like, get what's mine and keep yourself to yourself. Then you came and memories got short about that sort of thing. But the Sparrowhawks, we remember. It's not much of a heat, but it's more than you can say for yourself. The Emperor's favourite envoy, killed as soon as he shows up. Not your finest hour. Is that so? What are you playing at?
Careful, don't give away all your tricks.
Keep your voice down. How many times do I have to tell you to fuck off?
Is that all you got?
See
Then raw. Neon Sea.
a dick.
Another glorious battle.
I didn't want to negotiate with him. He was just running in circles. Talking in circles. I was over it. Not buying it. I could have just snuck in the bag. Yeah. All right, let's get this shipment delivered.
I heard there was a shakeup by the docks. Somebody did Jago in. You would know about that, would you? Honestly, I wonder why I bother asking you people sometimes. Anyway, good riddance. First-class prick as far as I'm concerned. Could have sworn he was angling to knock Thala off his perch, too. Or was that... Oh, never mind. Anyway, Thala was real pleased when he found out. It's the first time I've seen an ogre smile.
I guess I did right. I did not like that dude. He was a pain in my ass. Giving me fucking shit. Fuck him. After he done stole some shit. Thinking I'm gonna buy it? Yeah, right. I'm buying your stolen goods. If anything, you're gonna die over it. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes.
At least Ventraper Dato won't be coming around this week.
Any sign of my shipment? You seem awfully sure of that. Don't tell me you got in a fight for me.
Let's just say the docks will be much quieter from now on.
You're going to stop talking right now if you know what's good for you.
Careful. This shipment was smuggled for a reason.
Don't you realize walls have ears? If you knew how much was at stake here, you wouldn't have brought it up. I'm the only one left for the people of Paradise to turn to. You, an Imperial envoy, protect me. Don't make me laugh.
If he didn't mean it, he wouldn't have offered.
All right. What do you stand to gain? Guess I'm not as good a liar as I used to be. I saw the garrote drag my mother off when I was 17. They had a point to prove, and a lot of good midwives to blame. I owe you an apology, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Still, you earned the truth. Almost no one gets that out of me. I admit, I've gotten used to men making promises they don't keep. When you told me to trust you, well, water under the bridge. Thank you.
Obviously didn't.
You've done me a favor I won't forget.
Yeah, bow that neck.
Come back anytime. I'll leave the light on for you.
Ooh. Bedside with the babes.
If only more of your countrymen were as reasonable.
They're not slick with it. They're stupid. I got myself a fair maiden and I'm only not even level 10 yet. Give me that money.
I can't stop worrying about the dream scout.
Yep, 360. Where's my gun? 60 no scope. Fucking hit some Spider-Man on there, bitch ass. Oh shit. Alright. This looks like a good place to stop. It's a good day. Gotta call it quits for now. Catch y'all tomorrow. We're gonna see how far we can get in this game. We're gonna do a day 2. It's getting better as it goes, boys. Don't forget to follow for more, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow, same time, same shit. Peace.